Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, every single enemy, everything in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined, as always, by a guy who's virtually real, Gary Butterfield.
Hi.
Hey, bud.
Virtually
How's
real,
reality? Yeah.
AKA fictional character, AKA huge dick.
Oh, okay. I forgot that. Boy, Gary, you went deep on the lore there.
Last time we recorded,
I
had taken a melatonin gummy and I was a little bit sleepy.
Sure.
And last night I got a great night's sleep. And it's not 1,000,000 degrees. I'm feeling great.
Yeah, it's just, I can't pull, sometimes you pull references to things we said as though anything we said is worth going in the memory banks.
I know. I don't choose what I remember anymore. It's a real problem.
No, I feel like we've gotten into the rogue-like part of our lives.
Yeah. Every day is a new run. And, yeah, I'm just trying to unlock having a clean kitchen for my next run, and it's not going great.
You know what? It's a nice buff, but it never fucking lasts, man.
It never lasts. Yeah, it's Children of Morta. It's not Isaac. So, hey, Will.
Hey, Gary.
If you were gonna guess what the next thing I would get into, dumb hobby,
sure,
I'd get into, what would you guess?
Okay, let me think. I'm going to take this. I'm going to do the Gary Butterfield thing and take this very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be anything that produces something practical. So not gardening or woodworking or something that you could point to and say, "Hey, I made this." It's not anything that's actually going to improve your quality of life because no. Green Arrow?
Can I invite a guest on the show who'll answer this question for you?
Gary, I would love it if you would invite a guest onto the show.
All right. Will, I'd like you to meet our third co-host.
Green Arrow?
No.
Oh.
Wooden Gary. Hey, Will, it's he, Wooden Gary.
So, Gary, is it puppetry? Hey, is puppetry what you're doing?
Are you not going to say hi to me?
I'm not. No, you're not real.
No, it's hey, blockhead.
I don't concede your existence.
I don't concede yours, Tommy.
If I was talking to Jeff Dunham and my lips to God's ears, I would not acknowledge Peanut, and thus I will not acknowledge Wooden Gary.
Jeff Dunham's not real.
What?
Jeff Dunham not real.
Wait a second, is Peanut the real one and Jeff Dunham's the puppet?
Is that what you're saying, Wooden Gary? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I forgot you're still here, non-Wooden Gary.
Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just hanging out here drinking some water.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm glad you're staying hydrated.
Fatty. It's hot out, and I don't want you to not be able to feed me and clothe me. He's my dependent.
You're feeding the puppet?
Oh yeah, sawdust, wood glue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gary, I'm terrified that we're coming perilously close to another The Boy situation.
I thought about that as well, but Wooden Gary promised me that there are no rules, just fun.
Okay. So, Gary, I would like some credit for being extremely accurate about what your new hobby was.
It's not that different from Green Arrow.
Well, but just more narrowing down the categories it wouldn't be. Useful or helpful or funny.
I make stuff. You said you wouldn't be a thing I could point to something and say, you made that. That's not true. I do that all the time.
What do you
make? I made a bunch of books. I make tabletop campaigns. I draw.
Gary, you sound like you were at the Apocalypse Tribunal before the humongous Jagungus, pleading why you're going to be useful to the community.
The Gary doth protest too much. Yeah, well, fair enough.
They're going to kill you and leave Wooden Gary.
Oh, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But then I won't get any food and clothing. Yeah.
Are you feeding them the clothing?
No. You got to change him every day. Yeah, I'm riding dirty. Yeah. There's it gets real gross down in the undercarriage down there.
Gary, okay, fair enough. Can we revisit where you got up on your high horse because I said you don't make things, and then you said, I draw.
Yeah, no, I make that's something you can point to. I don't understand what your distinction was. It was that I didn't do carpentry. Yeah, which clearly I do. Yeah, me.
Well, so, Gary, I have some notes about Wooden Gary. Doesn't seem to be so much an attempt to recreate Gary so much as it is just kind of a 2x4.
No. Well, but did you see the face that I drew? Drew on it. I draw things. I drew it on there. Yeah, it tickled. And he's growing up. Watch, look, he's getting peach fuzz. Oh, that tickles.
Yeah, you're just taking. Is that lipstick?
Huh? That's not for you to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Life.
What was that, Wooden Gary? I'm sorry. What?
I said, stay out of our bedroom life. What are you, Congress?
Wooden Gary, you're growing on me almost as fast as real Gary is losing all my interest.
No, he's great. I really liked having him around recently. Thanks, buddy. Do you want some water? Yeah, go grab me some water. Okay. All right. He's gone for now. Isn't he great?
Gary, he's arguably the greatest creative thing you've ever done.
It's one of my greatest accomplishments, and honestly, it's destiny made me make it on the day you were going to accuse me of never making anything.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like a direct answer to your, absolute slander.
Yeah. I think that all tracks. So
also, I felt a little guilty about not being able to get you Skimbleshanks' autograph for your birthday.
Uh-huh.
So
you got me Wooden Gary's autograph instead?
Yeah. Well, I can get you that whatever you like. But I think that for your birthday, your birthday, you might be looking out for another little friend that you might make.
Awesome. That means that I have 9 months to fortify my home.
Sure, but you can't stop Wood and Will from getting in. Were you going to fortify your home?
That sounds like dialogue from a fucking demonic possession movie.
Yeah.
You can't keep Wood and Will from getting in. He finds his way.
Yeah, you don't have to invite him in. Vampires are real idiots to have that rule. He can just go in wherever he wants.
Vampires did a bad job negotiating their union contracts.
Yeah, those guys are dicks.
No.
I can fight them. Hey, buddy.
Wouldn't Gary? Once you leave an episode, you don't come back.
No, I just brought back some water, but also quietly. He's just gonna hang out and watch. I don't like keeping him alone with Pocket. So
who are you worried about there?
Oh, I'm worried about Wood and Gary. Pocket claws the shit out of
Okay, good. Yeah. I was worried. I had a lot of worries actually in that scenario.
Pocket. I would never hurt him or Jessica. Or Kermie or Cookie, and that's all.
Hey Gary, can I talk real fast?
Yeah, do you need me to? Wood Gary,
can we sidebar
real quick? Yeah, I'll go be a sidebar of Wood. Okay, give it a rest. Just go sit over there real quick where I can see you, but you can't hear us.
Okay, so Gary, great that you can keep eyes on him. Gary, he did just threaten my cat Sammy.
I didn't hear that. I just heard that he liked Kermie and Cookie.
Yeah, but he would never hurt them. It was kind of the contact. And he didn't say he would never hurt Sammy. And that does feel, once again, we're in demon or genie territory.
He doesn't move very well without my help. He can kind of crawl, drag himself to the kitchen. But it's not, I don't think you have to worry. It would take him a long time to get there.
Gary, you understand that Wooden Gary is just an extension of your desires to hurt the world, right?
No. I have no desires to hurt the world. I got a good night's sleep. Were you not paying attention?
Yeah.
It's not as hot. I'm feeling great, man.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just put me down as worried. If people are doing the Guppy mood tracker right now, just put Will down as worried this episode.
Put Will with a mild frowny face.
Yeah.
On this. All right. What item are we doing, Will?
We're doing Ocular Rift, man. It's a good item. We did a lot of bullshit for this good item.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Hey. Hey, chill out, man. This is a great item. One of my favorites, actually.
Gary, what do you think the over-under is on Wooden Gary sticking around the whole week?
I'd say it's somewhere between 100 and 200% with a 100% margin for error.
Folks, you probably don't need any of the smiley stickers for my part of the mood chart this week.
Just
put those back in the drawer, folks.
Know why you're not encouraging me. So Ocular Rift.
Wait, what? What did you say?
I said, I don't know why you're not encouraging me. So this is a cool little portal, as a visual representation, and it turns your eye, part of your eye comes off. So you have this portal coming out of your face. It says stare into the abyss.
Mm-hmm.
And what this does is you have a 5% chance for your tears to create a little rift, which does damage and drags in stuff.
Yeah, which about 99% of the time is good, because one of the things it's dragging in include bullets from enemies.
So good. Like, if you get high enough luck and a high enough tear rate, this neutralizes every firing enemy. Because they will just be covered in rifts.
Also, apparently, the strength of the rift, or at least the size of it, scales with your damage.
Yes. Yeah. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, the only real downside is there's a couple of like enemy patterns. The bosses we're going to talk about this week included who bring in tears from outside the screen, and then you are in a weird situation of like tears flying onto the screen unpredictably. Yeah,
but can contrast with magnet tears, like the thing, Strange Attractor, which this is basically a fix
for fucking. That's what this is a fix for that bad item.
Well, it's weird because the lodestone is a fix for that item. Where like just the tears attract, but they don't come towards you, or they make enemies attract rather. But this adds damage and bullets. It's just very good. Yeah. It does a lot of damage too. Like if something's stuck in the rift, it's pretty sizable. I didn't know how much it was, but it's 3 times your damage per second.
Yeah, it is significant. Like this is all around. This is a huge buff. It's very nice.
Yeah, shots pulled into the rift will hurt other enemies. That's fucked, man. That's so good. This is like it is low key one of the best. Like if you think of items in terms of offense and defense and utility, this is absolutely squarely right in the middle of offense and defense, like maxed out.
Yeah, stack a bunch of these on Hush and then make Hush suck all his bullets back into him.
Yeah, and never hit you. Yeah, very good. I love this item.
Yeah, to be fair, it is a Devil Room item, which kind of explains why it's so good.
Yes. Yeah. It's the kind of thing, though, that makes you seek out the devil. Yeah. What should people do if they like this show? Will?
Gary, I understand you had a bit.
I had a bit of wood and started a new hobby.
Sure. I just wanted you to feel what that feels like.
No, I feel great. I'm going to say it to you more often now because it feels so good when your bit is validated.
Yeah.
By how good it is. Sure. Your bit of wood that you sculpted into a friend.
Gary, is it just that you've been so sad lately? Is this what long COVID is?
If it is, sign me up because I'm no longer lonely and it feels really good to get my creative energy back. And it feels good to finally lose to somebody at Magic the Gathering, huh? Well, wouldn't Gary? Yeah, I know. I just, you're better.
You want to say "Oh golly"? Do a little "Oh golly" there. Just really rip into Andy Daly's steez.
This Wooden Gary is very different than both Little Gary and Oh golly.
Okay.
I just giggled in a similar way because I'm influenced by Andy Daly as a creative. You know this.
I do know this. Gary, I apologize.
Yes. Now, when Wooden Will shows up, he's going to straighten you out real good.
Still feels like you're threatening to kill me with a stick.
If people like this show, go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and give us some money.
Yeah, it'll definitely be spent on good things.
Yeah. And you leave a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict. Like this one.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Wooden Gary. Read the review.
All right. This is a 5-star review on Podcast Addict. Thank you. 2 men who only a mother could love. Groupie Borperdorp and Gil Hughes hang out and talk shit about all my favorite animes and sitcoms. Oh wait, that's just Gary. 5 stars. I don't know what The Binding of Isaac is. And that was a 5-star review.
Gary, can we put Wooden Gary out of the room again for a second?
Yeah. Hey, Wooden Gary, would you get yourself some wood glue and stuff? I got water, but go take a break. Take 5.
I don't know if you want Wooden Gary to start feeding itself.
Oh shit, that's true. Hey, Wooden Gary, would you go get the wood glue out for me to get to feed to you? Okay, I won't taste it. All right, good. All right, he's out.
Getting more golly by the second. Gary, I just want to say, did you just improvise a Guppy review?
Yeah.
It was really good. It was really spot on. You hit them all.
I pay attention to life that I'm living.
I'm very weirded out by on top of it, Gary.
I got sleep, man.
Yeah.
I slept good. The heat wave broke a little bit. Like, it's still going to be hot today, but it's not going to be fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It just, this is the most boring thing we could ever talk about. I am grappling with how much hot weather makes me fucking depressed.
Yeah.
I get sad. I can't leave the house. I'm just miserable all the time. I'm always dehydrated. It doesn't matter how much water I drink. It's really like a mood killer for me. So the heat breaking just really put me in a better mood.
I'm really glad to hear it, buddy.
Thanks.
Hey, good night.
Good night. Good night. Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the podcast where we cover all your trinket, us, your character, and in the Isaac series of video games. My name is Wooden Gary, and with me as always is head cheese, Will Hughes. What? He was a what? He's a head cheese because he's boiled. Yeah, that doesn't. Do you? All right. With me as always is a horrible soup, Will Hughes.
I do not feel necessary to this episode.
Hey, do you want to take 5?
Yeah, I'm going to take 5, Gary. You and Wooden Gary, go ahead and do a decent chunk of the episode. I'm just going to enjoy.
Okay. Hey, Wooden Gary, what item are we doing this time? Well, it's boiled baby. Yeah. So this is Messy Friend. It's a little guy. He's one of the little boils. That's those little enemies. Those little those tumors that spit out blood. Yeah, it's those tumors that spit out blood. And he follows you behind, and he does it. It fucking sucks. Yeah, even on the familiar curve. Yeah, even on the unfamiliar curve, I'd say. Yeah, it's really hard to have it hit. Yeah, it doesn't hit stuff. You're exactly right. Hey,
yeah, no, it's okay, Olivia. I can talk. Yeah, what's going on?
If
you could pick up I shouldn't have them, but if you could pick up like one thing of sour cream and onion Pringles when you go to the store, that would be amazing. Thank you.
Wouldn't Gary, have you ever been to the Hard Rock Cafe in Italy? No. Why do you ask? I don't know. I'm just feeling nostalgic.
Wait, Sammy? Where's Sammy?
Huh? Olivia, why would I know where Sammy is? How would I know? I wouldn't do anything to Sammy.
I'm sure she'll turn up. Okay. Technically, I'm still on the podcast right now, although it's seeming less and less like I'm required. I love you.
I love you too. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Hey man, yeah, come on back. You've taken 5.
Oh,
me and when Gary took care of it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, you were that was great.
No, it's real good. I would say that my chemistry with you is only rivaled by my chemistry with him.
With yourself.
With Wooden Gary.
Yeah, sure. So this is boiled baby. This is a familiar.
Ventriloquism is an art. It's a skill.
Well, which one is it?
It's both, man.
I can't.
It's a creative pursuit, and it's difficult to do. It took a lot of practice, and you have to really embody the character. Ventriloquism is hard, and has to be. That is worthy of your respect.
Gary, if I believe that about ventriloquism, I'd have to believe that about stage magic.
Oh, well, just you wait until next week.
I can't. So yeah, this
is
boiled baby.
I have a lovely
It's
assistant now.
What?
So I have a lovely assistant now.
Oh,
I'm going to draw a little bikini on the crotchal area that I gave Wooden Gary.
Yeah, I mean, at least makes the sawing in half trick pretty easy, right?
Yeah, it's been great, easy and productive. Because then that's how I have. That's how I create life.
Yeah, this is boiled baby. This is a familiar. It follows you around. It's like the boil enemies that are in the game.
Those little tumors. Yeah.
Sorry. Did you already cover this? I might have walked away.
No, we took care of this part.
Oh, thanks. Did you talk about how it's a really good familiar and it does a lot of damage and stuff?
We didn't actually. Wooden Gary doesn't have the context for this, for kind of improv yet. Like he's got to talk about the actual item.
It was weirdly, it's the most focused the show has ever been, actually.
Yeah. He and I don't like this item. So tell me why this is good.
Oh no, I was just doing.
I know. I was trying to make you.
I
was trying to make you keep twisting yourself into knots to justify it somehow.
That does sound like it would have been fun, but I said no.
It's okay. I don't think that you can. I think that if I'm on the improvisational, attack, it puts you off rhythm a little bit.
I mean, absolutely, Gary. I famously can dish out but can't take. That's like the coolest thing about me that people like.
It's pretty slick. Not gonna lie, it's pretty badass. What'd you do this weekend?
It impresses me and women.
Yeah. What'd you get up to? I saw that you went to the chicken place by my house. Does that have the white sauce that it has? Is it mandatory? Is that just an option among many sauces?
It's gonna show up. It isn't. It doesn't come on stuff. It comes on the side.
Okay.
But you are gonna get some. When we order like the family dinner because unorthodox family structures are still families, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
It does come with the white sauce. It comes with some red sauce.
Nice. I've not had a white barbecue sauce I've liked. I'm willing to keep an open mind, but I've just had bad luck with it. So
yeah, it's fine. It's kind of like a more seasoned ranch functionally. Are you a ranch guy?
I do like ranch quite a bit.
All right.
Yeah. Did you know, I think we've talked about this before. Did you know that Cole Ross rejects all the cream-based sauces?
That's, some people do. Some people just can't hang with anything delicious. Does he go for a Caesar? You go for a Caesar?
No, he doesn't go for any cream-based sauce. Mustard or nothing, or like barbecue sauce is fine. But no ranch, no mayo, no aioli, nothing like that. Probably no Thousand Island. It just makes it sound like a lifetime of dry sandwiches. And
you get a vinaigrette in there. You can still get a vinaigrette.
You can get a little moisture in there, but no like creamy, unctuous mouthfeel.
Maybe just put some water in there.
Yeah, he probably dips them in water.
Oh my God, like Kobayashi.
Like Joey Chestnuts.
Oh, sorry, Gary. I'm a Kobayashi guy, not a Joey Chestnut.
He was either a guy on The Sopranos or a competitive eater. I can never remember.
You are, of course, confusing him with Paulie Walnuts. R.I.P. Tony Sirocco just died.
That really seems like there shouldn't be a Joey Chestnuts and a Paulie Walnuts, and one's a mobster and one's a competitive eater.
Well, Gary, I don't make the rules yet because I have not achieved the Tessagon.
Oh, I hope you get that Tessagon, man.
I'm really trying.
Is there are definitely people who I would like to have in charge of reality less than you.
Chewing on that.
It's meant as a, and compliment's a strong word.
It's Gary, I don't think any reasonable person could get compliment on that one.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, I was taking it seriously because that's Gary's trick. And I was like, we have a lot of philosophical differences that I think are like, it doesn't interfere with our friendship, but you and I do have some different thoughts about like goodness. And
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to be accurate.
No, I don't feel like you're being a dick. It's just I'm a bad person.
No, it's the nihilism streak that I don't abide. So, but I was just thinking like there are people who would actively be destructive and shitty way more. So there are way people who I'd rather not have in control of the Tesseract or whatever.
Tessagon.
Yeah.
It's held in the Crystal Palace of Charbobob.
Okay.
And only the pure of heart can pass. So I've been trying to purify my heart lately.
Yeah.
Wait, again, hold on. Could Wooden Gary be the secret to piercing through the Palace of Babagon and taking the Tessagon?
He's got a pure heart if I polish it enough.
Okay, good.
I could also just hollow out the empty part and have the purity of nothing. There.
I mean, that's the ultimate purity. That's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to get more nihilistic to achieve the purity of like just an empty room.
The the purity of an empty apartment.
Yeah.
The beauty. if I carved out his chest, I don't know what he would think about it. Go for it. Feels good. I've been looking to lose some weight. Yeah, see? So yeah, we'll send him on a little shadow run.
Fucking sucks. Wouldn't Gary eat shit? Guy sucks shit. Hate him. Hate this little wooden asshole. This fucking wooden dad joke spouting asshole.
Hey man, I still like you.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, well I still okay. I'm sorry.
Gary, people enjoy this show.
He's looking real sad, man. He's digging his toe into the ground. And he's pulled his pockets out like he has no money. I think he just knows that means sad.
Gary, there are so many problems with the kayfabe today. Am I in the room with you? Can I see Wooden Gary? Is Wooden Gary alive?
This is me describing to you what's happening so you'll feel bad.
Okay.
You're not in the room. I have to tell you over a podcast. Don't be stupid.
Okay.
Patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. And give us some money. Thank you, little man. You can also, what else can they do, Will?
Your affection for this non-existent wooden doll is really fascinating.
He's great. It's really nice to have someone to talk to who's not a cat.
That's fair. Aren't you going to be living with your partner?
Not until fall. Okay. Until then, I'm lonely, and I don't know what she's going to think of Wouldn't Live. Like, it's going to be, it's a little bit up in the air, man.
Yeah.
I know what I think of Wouldn't Live. Ooh la la, bazinga, aruga.
Yes, now Wooden Gary, bazinga is not an expression of sexual desire.
Oh, I've never seen that show. I just know about it by reputation. Yeah. Okay,
what? How'd that end?
Reputation.
Okay, there we go.
I have a speech impediment. Yeah. Don't make fun of him.
Gary, I would like to issue a formal apology to Wooden Gary and not you. Hey, you want a review?
Yeah. Yeah.
How about this one from Big Kevin Malone Fa? This show is nice because it helps me know I would disappoint Gary and get along great with Will. And that's a 5-star review.
Oh. Well, I don't know that you get along with Will. You'd certainly disappoint me, but I don't know that you get along with Will.
I get along with the weirdos who listen to this show.
You do get along with the weirdos.
They vibe with me more than you, I think.
Interesting.
Or else they listen to the better shows.
Let's unpack that.
Do you want to unpack it now or next episode?
Yeah, let's spend a little bit of time on that. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Fuck you.
I mean, it's like I can't not watch him. You have a son, you have a responsibility.
Fucking waste of a tree that didn't exist. The
tree was already cut down.
All right.
I didn't cut down a tree for him.
Consumption and capitalism.
Yeah, come on, man. I'm not like we already established that I don't do carpentry. Like, was I going to cut down a tree? Yeah, I'm nuts.
What was that, Wooden Gary?
I said, yeah, numb nuts.
Okay, I thought you might have been trying to make a nut pun, but no, you were just being rude.
No, I'm just pissed because you said you hated me.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the podcast where we talk about every single item, every single enemy, every single everything in the Binding of Isaac. I'm William Hughes, and I'm joined, as always, by two guys who are too cool for school. Gary Butterfield and Wooden Gary.
Yeah. There's a really dark way you could have introduced this.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad you didn't. Yeah, I think this is secretly the darkest item name in the Binding of Isaac.
Because it's a freezer baby?
Yeah. You don't want to have a freezer baby. Like, I don't know.
Seems like something that like baby.
They make your house get cold. It just seems like a bad place for a baby.
So, Gary, here's my contention.
Okay.
You do a lot of comedy shows, right?
Sure. Yes.
You do a lot of shows that I would say are a blending of your comic sensibility with another person's comic sensibility. Usually Cole, but also Jeremy.
And also you.
And also me. So.
And also me. We're not ready to announce that yet. Go ahead.
Sorry, what? Wait, are you
nothing
replacing me? Or are you doing a show? You're doing a show?
Yeah, we're thinking about adding a show. It's called Best Quality Vacuum, and it's going to be me and Wooden Gary going through the Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul universe.
If everyone just wants to flag at Cole Ross with this information.
It's a surprise for his birthday.
You don't have to do this show.
Don't tell him. He's going to love to have a night off. He's going to stream some horror shit. He's going to stream like a bad Silent Hill game nobody likes.
I think it's been Wooden Cole the whole time you've been doing the network. Am I right?
No.
No, we don't.
No,
he's
as animate as the day is long.
If I could say one thing about my podcasting partner of the last decade, he's excellent.
He's certainly sentient. See, you're okay. I do a lot of comedy shows where it's me and then another person. That's true.
It is your sensibility blended with another person, or it is the version of Gary that he is with that person.
Yes,
and I do think that, for the people who are hardcore about Guppy, of which there are some.
Yes,
I think it's I think they're here for Will Gary.
I think that on this podcast, you are the more popular of the two of us for sure. And I think that I do. I didn't expect that to break you. I genuinely think that. But I also think that in the last episode where you're like, people vibe with me more, that's why they listen to this instead of the other shows. Might be underestimating how many people just listen to both.
I said they listen to this instead of the other shows.
What did you say? I might have misheard you.
I don't remember. But
okay.
I don't think I would have said that because I don't think that. This is the least popular show on the network.
Yeah, I don't know how the level's doing right now. That's just a joke. I don't. just a joke. I don't know. But I just assume people who listen to this also listen to the other shows. Maybe not.
Oh, they have to. Yeah. There was someone hanging out on my stream last night who knew me from AV Club and not from this, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is bad."
It's weird.
Every once in a while, someone comes to me via that route, via my smart route.
Yeah. Well, it's like people who like WAF, and then when they try to listen to After Suffering, they're like, this isn't about Solar Jet, man. This is just about what if you could invent a new kind of shit, and then they get mad at us. No.
Yeah. I mean, to some extent, you've built an entire network around not doing the thing you said you're going to do.
Thinking about that for a second. Not the entire network.
Not the entire network, maybe. but a lot of the ancillary stuff.
The half of it is 100% a true thing that doing WAF and Bonfireside Chat frees me up to not take the other shows as seriously, which I think is good.
Like, there's a reason the description for this show is like 200 words or something.
Yeah, it's an absolute fucking nightmare. And it's not just because you're writing a novel in it. Like, it's because you cannot, like, describe it. It's a comedy show. It's actually,
I've paused the novel, actually.
You paused the novel? Oh, no.
Yeah? Wooden Gary, big fan of Hell Comes to Harkness House?
I've been reading it since it came out, even when I was just a piece of wood.
Creepy. That's a creepy idea.
I got him from my bookshelf, where I print out copies of the episode descriptions and bind them into books.
I did record the second chapter of that and haven't released it because I find it mostly embarrassing. I should probably put it out at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, people will listen.
They'll listen to whatever we put out. They listen to fucking Choose Your Illusion.
I love Guppy fans for that. I think we joke tons. It's it's the dominant joke of the show is that we suck, but in fact I think we're good.
Okay. So I grant half that premise.
You're half right. What item are we doing this time, Will?
Gary, Wooden Gary.
Thank you.
We're doing Freezer Baby. Genuinely good familiar.
I love that let's give you the most powerful tier effect in the game, but attach it to a baby as like the balance factor for having it be in regular item rooms.
So this is exactly like every other baby insofar as it fires a bullet that does 3.5 damage every 3/4 of a second.
Yep.
But
it freezes.
Yeah. First it paralyzes, then it petrifies, then it freezes if it kills.
Yep. And we talked about, when we talked about that planetarium item, we talked about how powerful ice bullets are.
Gary, are we not saying the U word in front of Wooden Gary, so he doesn't realize that he doesn't have one? An anus? I might have. I might have forgotten which item it was.
Okay, now, that seems more likely. Are you talking about parts I don't have? Yeah.
Yeah, Wooden Gary, do you have an anus?
Let me check. There's something back there, but I can't quite reach it. Gary, can you take a look for me?
Gary, can we step out of a bit for a second so I can have a philosophical question with you?
Sure. Let me, Wooden Gary, you get in the stirrups.
Okay. Upsetting. Gary, is the hole where the hand goes up Kermit his anus?
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because there's a Kermit where a hand goes up him, but there's also like a walking Kermit.
There's that walking Kermit.
Yeah.
Randall Flagg, the walking Kermit.
Yeah, there's a walking Kermit. So I don't maybe he has to go into puppet form to shit. Like it is his anus, but it's like a wariness. Like he only has it some of the time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Gary, that's all I had. I didn't have like an elaborate mythology to build here the way you've done with Wooden Gary or the way I did last time with the Tessagon. It's called character It can't be hardcore lore drops every single episode. We've got to have some filler arcs. Anime taught me that.
Yes, it's you cannot the essential entertainment, the non-philosophical difference between us, the essential entertainment wedge, which is not serious and does not impair your ability to control reality at all, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, Gary, do you understand that everything To Guppy has been structured around like anime storytelling?
No.
I've been building that like that whole thing. That's if you go back and listen to the whole show, there are myth arcs, there are rise and falls, there are episodes that are filler episodes. There's a beach episode where you get to see us in our swimsuits. Everything To Guppy has been structured like an anime series.
Is that why we had that harem episode?
Yeah, that's why we had that episode about your hair. Mm.
Boo!
Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck off, puppet!
Boo!
Fuck you.
Yeah. Suck my anus right here.
Oh God. Oh my God, Gary. You are an artist.
Yeah, it's really good, right? I used my own as a model, which required a lot of like tilting my iPhone in different places and trying to figure out the timer. And then like the flash was not flattering on it. So
I thought you were into Green Arrow.
Say what?
Callback. Never mind.
Oh no,
the fans loved it.
Yay! Yeah. I didn't retract my booze. Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
That never happens I hereby retract my boo.
Yeah.
You have won me, the crowd, back over.
Well, that's Wooden Gary's doing it because I've created him to fix the flaws in humanity, which is that they don't retract their booze.
Oh, I thought you meant like starting with me.
No.
Clearly, Wooden Gary is what you think the show is missing.
Yeah, it's the end of Kill Bill. It's a critique of Clark Kent. Kind of
someone who likes you.
Yeah, I needed to craft somebody who would support me. Yeah, and who would just be around when you're off mic.
Gary, if you wanted me to always be on mic in your ear, like in at the end of Synecdoche, New York,
like the Bourne Identity.
Yeah. I could be your hashtag voice with an internet connection TV tropes.
You could be my handler. All right, now take a piss. Good. Now
I don't know. I'd probably get to
the
I'd probably get to the end of Synecdoche, New York pretty fast. And just keep giving you that last command.
Yeah, that's why I'm the real now. Die. In terms of that specifically.
No, stop that. Die. Die. Die.
You don't want
I'm a
me
good
to die.
friend.
You'd be very sad if I died.
Okay.
Admit it.
All right.
Yeah. Admit it. I like the idea of me dying and you having to go through my stuff and figure out what to do with my mom's ashes. That'd be a fun escape room for you. How do you escape from that social situation?
Let's see. Step 1, acknowledge that Gary is dead. Step 2, dumpster. Gary, what's the alternative? Is me like, well, this meant a lot to this dead person.
I don't know that well. Well, the alternative would be listening to my entire podcast career and trying to find hints that would explain a more respectful way to do that.
The Gary's mom's ashes ARG.
She loved Garth Brooks. You can find out that little nugget. So maybe she needs to go to Garth Brooks' house.
Oh,
should I mail them to him? I'm feeling punchy. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm pushing myself. I'm just yes-anding myself too much. How about this?
Are you going to make yourself sad?
I am. I have to pull the ripcord on this.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do when I moved in, and she's just on a shelf with a bunch of board games.
Yeah.
And I've been feeling sad about paying the same respects that I do the mediocre board game Small World. So I have a plan. Like I said, I have a plan for them, but I just haven't done it yet.
Does it involve Chris Gaines?
No. Even though that might be a pretty good idea. So,
do you think Garth ever Chris Gaines himself up just at home?
I think he probably still gets Chris Gaines' mail.
That's a good, yeah.
At the very least.
Mr. Gaines, I enjoyed your single album and would like you to create a second one.
Yeah. Mr. Gaines, this account is far past due. He's just like, I show those fuckers at the IRS. That's right. That's what he'd be like. Man.
Is Chris Gaines Garth Brooks's friend in low places, and is he his Wooden Gary?
Boy, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm so curious. What part of you is Wooden Gary? What part of you have you cut out and imbued into this creature?
Yeah. Blood. Like a pint of blood.
Oh, you do seem very pale.
Yeah. No, I'm slowly growing it back. I think that's how blood works, but I'm not smart. So I think that my body will just fix it, but it hasn't been doing it so far, which is why I've been drinking all this water. I'm feeling very flush.
Yeah. Gary, now I'm thinking about a vampire made of wood who sharpens his head to use as a stake on other vampires.
Ooh, or just a vampire hunter. Pinocchio vampire hunter, has that been done?
Oh my God, Gary, if it hasn't, we got it. And he's like the vampire's like,
I don't want to kill you. And then his nose shoots out.
Yeah. Exactly. Like he's got the vampire's got him like in a crushing hug, and he just starts like throwing out lie. Yeah, I don't want you dead.
Yeah. You didn't kill my mother.
Oh fuck. Oh, but then what? We never deal with the fact that technically does Pinocchio have to know he's saying a lie, or is there objective truth?
Ooh. That's a great question because he came about in the olden times when we didn't know shit.
Yeah.
Like he would be wrong about so much.
Okay, but also we could use him as a scientific tool. Like Pinocchio, say God is real.
Yeah. Pinocchio, is time travel possible?
Oh, man. I don't want to know. Man, that would be such a bummer if the nose...
Well, it was just the first fucking example I thought of.
I know,
don't derail the whole premise.
I'm really banking on time travel as my way to get out of the whole dying thing, bud.
Yeah, it would be cool, but I don't think time travel is real.
Well, I guess I'm fucked then.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say. But Wooden will live forever.
I literally just thought, boy, we're having a good enough time with this premise that Wooden Gary hasn't said anything in a minute.
I've just been patiently listening.
Sure.
He's a good listener.
That's the thing, Gary. To me, Wooden Gary is just a meter showing how bored Gary is getting with talking to me.
Welcome to my world talking to you, but instead of you using Wooden Gary, you just use any sitcom, any anime plot, any comic I don't read, like any movie I haven't seen, any entertainment news I don't know. I've created a tulpa.
Thorne's going to be on the next season of Archer.
Yeah, exactly. I've created like an external representation of your all-consuming need for narrative trivia and how it intrudes upon our friendship
Brutal, but
in a
not
sweet
inaccurate.
way.
Yeah, thank God you put that caveat at the end. In a nice way.
Yeah, it's good though. If Gary, people like this show, what should they do? Well, they should go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and give us some wood. No, give us some money. That's right. And they can also leave us a rating review on Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict.
It's a not living embodiment of how delighted you are by your own bullshit.
I am alive.
How about this review left on Podcast Addict by DJ Tough Puppy?
That's a great name.
I started listening because one of the hosts mentioned Gallivant, the hit ABC musical television series, on another podcast. I checked out Guppy, and he mentioned it again. I can't tell if he likes Gallivant or is making fun of it, but I now want a Gallivant rewatch podcast series called Everything to Gallivant. What do you say, Wooden Gary? You want to do it with me?
You wrote that, you motherfucker.
I didn't. No, don't call me a motherfucker.
You're always calling me an asshole. Why gotta call you a motherfucker?
Well, because there's a double standard between puppets and humans.
God damn it. Yeah, he's right, Wooden Gary. I'm sorry you can't do it.
You created
canceled. I've been canceled. Yeah.
And that is exactly what cancel culture is.
Yeah. It's the puppet double standard. That you have to admit that did sound like a pretty suspicious review.
I'm not saying it didn't, but I didn't write it.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
I don't like that.
I can't stop now. We only have one more episode.
I know.
Hello and welcome to Everything to Guppy, the Binding of Isaac podcast that covers every boss, and boss in the Binding of Isaac series of video games. My name is Gary Butterfield, and with me as always is a PlayStation 3 era squad-based shooter, probably, Will Hughes.
The Scourge!
The Scourge. Scourge Insurgency. Insurgency.
Yeah, we're gonna, like, the main character is like a real tough as nails, regular, no nonsense guy, and then you got the cool, like, hey, Captain, I'm ready to put some gun food in these Scourgers.
Into these Scourgers. Eat some deaths. Scourgers, and shit out some ammo for me.
Mm-hmm. Gary, we're good game designers. My gun has a, not a chainsaw. My gun has hammers on it.
Several automatic hammers.
Yeah, exactly, Wooden Gary. Hi, Wooden Gary. You're still here.
Hey, how's it going? Listen, I think you and I got off on the wrong block. What if we made peace? Of wood? Oh, man, that wasn't very good. Do you actually want to reconcile with them or no? Yeah, no, I would. I just, God damn it, dude. If you're going to be created in my image, you have to take this seriously. Like, if you're talking about emotional stuff, it has to be true. You can't just keep doing these puns. Okay, I know. I will. I'm going to get better because I want to stick around. Okay.
Yeah, Gary, Wooden Gary, I really appreciate that. You're absolutely going to stick around, and definitely that
I'm gonna
scourging
stick
sound.
Around? God damn it, dude.
Fucking burn him. Dude, you got to burn him.
It's too hot,
have to,
but we do have a fireplace.
Okay,
That's your room now, little man. Oh, God, dang. It's going to suck.
Brutal. That's brutal.
Yeah. You just get the countdown until winter, until we roast a marshmallow on you. I'm done with ventriloquism. I'll never ventriloquize again. And that is my gift to you, Will.
It's hot. Gary, it's hot right now. I have my AC off and I'm hot. And I'm tired. And I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm Colin Robinson-ing you. I just watched the episode where he gets too powerful at work.
Good episode.
It's so good. It's so funny.
I love that we both like the same show, but I still can't talk to you about it because you're 3 seasons
2 years behind.
Yeah,
we're catching up. We watched 3 episodes this last weekend, and next weekend we'll probably watch 3 more.
Yeah, so. After I'm done recording with you, I need to write a review of this week's episode.
Nice.
No. Well, no, it's fucking work, but
I just like the idea of. I like that you have that gig because it's something that I am watching. So all of the recap shows you've done have all been things that like I'm generally in favor of, but I don't watch.
Yeah.
This like I don't know why I don't watch Archer. There's no good reason for it. I just don't. But this is something I really like, so I'm looking forward to catching up so I can read your recaps.
And also read Katie's recaps that she wrote for 3 seasons, because Katie's the best.
A lot of times when I do a show, after I'm like all caught up, I will go through the AV Club recaps because I typically like your writers that do that.
Thank you for the endorsement, Gary.
Yeah,
can you confirm you are not being paid to say that?
Not at all. I'm being sincere. I'm looking forward to reading your recaps. It's a form of will writing I haven't really read. So
yeah, and I promise you, it's just the best.
I genuinely like your writing. And it's true. You can't fight with me about this. I'm always saying nice things about your writing.
You are, but you're just wrong. Gary, what it's Boss Sunday.
Of course it's Boss Sunday. Shut up, you.
There's more to life than
boss.
So take a chance and face the
boss.
An open road and a road that's hit. Brand new
boss.
Around the
boss. And we're talking about the Scourge.
This has become melodramatic. Did you say it's the Surge?
It's become the Scourge. I might have said the Surge.
Yeah. The Surge, a 2019 Souls clone with some neat ideas about cutting limbs off and not much else.
Yeah, it's okay. If you're into mid to mid minuses, it's that.
Yeah.
This guy, I have a lot of thoughts about this boss, but I haven't fought him enough to like really learn him. I think he has really awesome attacks. He just goes down too quick on the runs I happen to run into him.
Yeah.
Because he's one of several bosses in the corpse.
Yeah. So again, usually you're only going to the corpse if you're already having a fairly powerful run.
Mm-hmm.
A run where you think you can probably beat Mother. So the Scourge, he doesn't look like much else in the game, which is kind of rare for bosses. Most of them are like,
he does. He's a boss version of the guys who walk around with the whips.
But they're also new, Gary, so I think it counts.
Oh. Well, yeah, did you say it doesn't look like much else in the game?
Sometimes I just say wrong things.
I wasn't trying to make you suffer for it. I was just pointing it out.
Your Honor, this young man, and I use young sarcastically, has inaccurately stated that this monster does not resemble another monster's design.
Yeah. It's one of the new bosses added, so it's one of the new monsters.
Yeah. Real monsters. Anyway, this is a cloaked figure with a big eyeball, and then he has two tethers, is what the wiki calls them, that are just big clawed tentacles that he can use in his various attacks.
And a little spike on the bottom so he can plant himself in the middle. Because the cool thing he does is he shoots those out to kind of do area denial, and as we mentioned, he draws bullets into himself as well. Really rare for just regular bosses.
Yeah, so to be clear, his signature attack is that he will fire at 45-degree angles, roughly, these two tethers out, while planting himself roughly in the middle of the screen, thus creating a triangular area that you are stuck in. And then he will do bullet patterns, either in or out, which often, Gary, resemble Mad Clown's attacks from Super Punch-Out, the best Punch-Out game.
Mad Clown attacks?
Mad Clown, the Super Punch-Out character.
I'm trying to. I don't think that's the best Punch-Out game, so I don't remember it very well.
Mad Clown
you like it even more better than the Wii Punch-Out?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like Super Punch-Out a lot. So Mad Clown, the idea there is that throwing out lots of projectiles, but always with a gap for you to dodge around into.
Oh, you mean video games?
But very specifically, lines of attack with a gap in it, like kind of a vertical Flappy Bird.
Okay, yeah, like the Medusian Gungeon does a version of that.
Medusian Gungeon
or Gorgon.
Oh, sure. If we're gonna Gorgon.
Yeah, Gorgon is the name of it, but I always think Medusi because that would be another name for it. So, the Snake Lady.
Gary, I just like you doing Punch Up for the. You got to contact those people and do Punch Up. This is the Punch Up mod for Gungeon.
It's something that I felt so strongly about that I still refer to it interior. But it's also it's like what we do on this show because the Binding of Isaac should probably just be called Guppy.
I mean, to a lot of people, it is weirdly.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, we've influenced 40 people to be really wrong about something. I wonder how many people I've converted on Resident Evil 8. In terms of that nomenclature, who typically would have been with your previous false position and then came around like you did.
Yeah, I did see Cole the other day streaming it as Resident Evil Village though, Gary. So you might need to do a little work there.
I do. Well, he's the cream-filled crumpet in terms of converting somebody about Resident Evil shit. He's like the end boss.
But also
like
he hates his own sauce inside of him because it's cream based.
Yeah, he does have cream blood. He likes, the stickler. He's a little bit of a stickler. Like he likes the titles of stuff.
I'm a stickler too.
Oh, who's this?
Oh, that was Wooden Gary. Talking.
Oh, Wooden Gary. Oh, hey. Oh, shit. Yeah, ordinarily.
Ordinarily what? Wooden Gary just talks, right? Wooden Gary talks.
Yeah.
And you mastered the trick where you can talk at the same time Wooden Gary is talking. That's all that happened, Gary.
No, I have been practicing a lot. I was a little thrown because
I'm really depressed right now in my fireplace.
Yeah. Did you say you're going to become the stickler?
Oh, you just said a word with stick in it, and I'm just a fucking pun machine, so I just thought I'd just pop it in there, just interrupt like that.
Oh, okay. I thought I
but
was.
But I'm feeling bad about it. I think I'm going to set myself on fire.
It's too hot. It's summer.
Well,
it's like
I'm
90 degrees.
Oh, too late.
Oh.
I'm burning.
The smoke just drifted in here.
Well, no, I'm in the fireplace, so I went up the fucking... Did you
but I'm your ghost. And I just drifted in. I'm your ghost made of smoke. This is great. I'm freed from my corporeal form. Oh, that's got to be cool. Oh, air purifier. There we go. What
Gary,
a long, strange trip it's been.
Yeah, Gary, this house is clean. Not really, but...
Yeah, I got to burn some little sage to take care of that.
Oh, hi there. I'm Little Sage.
Hey, little guy, into the fire. Yeah, I don't burn enough sentient monsters.
Gary, we can't do a supernatural podcast.
Gotta get more into that.
Gary, what if we started an episode by episode supernatural podcast?
So it would require way too much watching of Supernatural.
I don't think
it'd be very
funny.
To. You think we could just do the premise, do the
we don't usually use these items, so
it would be a very, very funny thing to do against Jeremy.
Yeah,
like he would get it on a level that no one else did, and his Chris wouldn't listen to it.
Yeah,
the end. And then all of our Guppy people would like it because they like us.
And then we transition to King Arthur YA drama, whatever the fuck that shit is.
Yeah, Merlin, young Merlin. Still his kingdom keeps. Review it and rate it on Apple Podcast.
You don't have
to. Yeah, no, you should.
Yeah, I mean, we can both. Gary, we don't have to be in lockstep on this.
Yeah. I just, I'm in a good mood, so I'm supporting my friends.
So the Scourge, he's fairly...
Review Kermie.
Go ahead and review my cat, Kermie. Oh my God, Kermie. We just got him... Olivia got him a suction cupped...
window
thing. Yeah, it's very cute. He's very happy with it.
We're going to get some of those because we got this huge, gigantic window that in the front. And it's going to be awesome.
Bragging. One interesting thing about the Scourge is that those tendrils can
You live in
killed.
a whole house. Like, you have a great place. No bragging. You have a garage and a cool backyard. There's no bragging about having that kind of thing. You live in a great place.
But that doesn't mean I still like enjoying hearing you brag.
Yeah, that big window. You have a big window.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
Can you brag to somebody about something you both have?
Absolutely.
You just walk up to somebody and be like, I've got a shirt. And they've got a shirt. It doesn't work.
It depends on how self-interested you are.
I guess that's true. The interesting thing about these tendrils is tendrils are interesting things.
Sure. Also, you can kill them.
Yes. Tendrils are interesting.
I can't wait to hear this.
Other than that, though, it's mostly like bullet patterns. He also shoots out maggots, which I feel like the corpse, everything shoots out maggots, and it's thematically good, but it's not a threat ever.
No, it's just kind of a thing that happens.
It's weird. It's like the way that like the corpse is in some ways a little easier than the scarred womb, I think.
Yeah.
It's a strange balance thing because the alternate floors are definitely harder all the way up until the corpse, and then it's like 50-50.
I would argue that the mausoleum / Gehenna is harder than the corpse most of the time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's also harder than the necropolis
Yeah.
But it's definitely hard. I think that's the hardest set of stages in the game. By far.
Yeah. I mean
not least of which because these little whip fuckers, like,
yeah.
Those guys are tough.
You could argue that that's deliberate to give you a little bit of a breather before Mother.
Yeah. It's just interesting that I really respect it that they include this enemy that's like basically a joke in every boss fight in almost every room in the corpse. Not a joke, but just very easy, trivial. What else does this guy do? That's basically it.
Yeah, the little clock on my thing says we've been going for an hour, so I think we've said all the things about him.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say. If people like the show,
Gary, there's nothing else to fucking say.
There's nothing else to say. We said it all.
We've come to the parting of the ways.
Yeah, I give Kermie 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Gary. I give Pocket, he a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I'm a little worried about Pocket. He's actually a little funny. So
just from the move, or
that's my hope. He's eating, he's drinking, he's using the bathroom, all that stuff. He's just been pretty lethargic. Yeah. And it is hot. But it just, you know how like if you spend enough time around a cat, like real subtle differences will feel. Yes. Like I was like, oh, something's going on. Something might be going on. So I don't know yet. He's got a vet appointment, but everybody fingers crossed for Pocket.
Fingers cringers for Pocket, the cat. He's so big every time.
He's a real big boy.
Oh my God, Gary, can I tell you a thing about a cat?
Please.
So I do not in general like the existence of outside cats. Don't put your cats outside, mostly.
Oh, I think, yeah. I thought this is when you confess that you just don't like cats.
I
generally don't care for them.
Yeah. They shit and throw up a lot, and I'm not a fan.
They do.
One of our neighbors has this little gray outside cat. He has a collar, and this is the friendliest. Like, we've been going for walks in the evening, and every time we go for the walk, just this little gray fella just comes up and just rubs on us, and he's just like, hello. And then flops in the middle of the road, which I don't love, but he is the sweetest cat I have ever met.
I love a neighborhood cat like that.
It's very good, and he's well groomed, and he's well fed, and he's got a collar. So I'm only mostly deeply anxious that something bad will happen.
That's the thing with outdoor cats. I have friends who have had outdoor cats, and I have to, because I don't want to just be like, hey, you fucking monster. Like, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I do feel like it's irresponsible. Like, I see coyotes sometimes when I go for walks and stuff like that. Like, they, I think it was you who brought this up. Like, there's all those missing cat posters. Those cats aren't missing.
That was not me, man. That's super dark.
It was somebody who I was talking to, but it's like, yeah, they're not missing. Like, it's I can't remember who I was talking to who said that.
I think it was you I was talking to and just pointed out that every baby is just going to be a dead person eventually.
Yeah.
Seems like something you'd say.
It's like, when people say, I took the spider and put it outside. You just fed that spider to a bird. It's not going to be, it's a house spider. It doesn't want to be outside.
Yeah, but that's the circle of life, man.
No, I know. I'm not saying it's not, better than just smashing them. I'm just saying that it's like a lost cat. It's like a pleasing euphemism.
I gave him a fucking chance. You turned on me hard here at the end with my spider policy.
He lives inside. He's a house spider. He doesn't want to be outside.
He doesn't even know what inside or outside is. He's a fucking spider.
Of course he does. Like the where to make a nest and live are one of the only things that animals intuitively know.
Okay, but there's a garage out there, or just as far as the spider's concerned, anything that they can't see the sun is inside.
You should put them in the garage.
Fine, I'll put all the spiders in my garage. It's full of fucking flies right now, so.
There's a 2-car garage. How many spiders do you think you can get in there?
Is the spider the size of a car?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, fair. Grounded from Obsidian. No one's played it.
No one ever has played that game. It's amazing. If you ask me on average who's my favorite fucking video game studio in the world, they'd be in there. Yep. But no, thank you.
Yep, their last game was the Outer Worlds. If you like the show,
an awful game.
I still have not played it. I'm trying to keep hope, but I was not very driven by it when I first played it for a little bit.
Other people like it. I think it's terrible.
It's if I'm curious about it. I guess my just playing a game for fun stuff is so limited. So much Final Fantasy 12 to play. If you like the show, go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. give us some money.
Give us some money.
Yeah. And then leave us a rating review.
Like this one, left on Podcast Addict by Grim, but instead of an I, it's a 1.
Ooh. Who's this bold iconoclast?
Yeah. My favorite podcast, but impossible to recommend. And that's a 5-star review.
You know what? 100%.
Extremely accurate.
No. Good night, everybody.
Good night. I'm sorry I killed Wooden Gary, but I'm not that sorry I killed Wooden Gary.
No, I mean, I know I go through hobbies. I have a book on magic. I have a book on juggling. Like I get into this stuff and then I don't stick with it. So it was going to happen.
Are you
eventually.
actually interested in ventriloquism right now, or was this just a bit?
So the provenance of this joke,
okay,
is that I was watching
everything to Guppy After Dark. Here we go.
Yeah, it's time for Talking Guppy with Chris Hardwick.
Nope,
which is a great idea for a podcast.
It's a great idea. That's the next show, man.
Yeah, what if every show is just the after action, like explainer for each episode in order?
We just got onto the last collection page. We only have 117 items left, so
it's kind of Talking Guppy is a pretty funny idea. A Guppy recap show.
Yeah.
But I saw something with ventriloquism and I was like, I could probably do that. And then I was walking around my apartment doing ventriloquism and stuff. And then I was like,
Gary, I need a much clearer description.
I was watching
some
ventriloquism on an episode of King of the Hill.
Sure.
And I thought I could probably do that. Like, it doesn't seem that hard to do ventriloquism.
Okay, no, what I need is the description of you, quote unquote, walking around the apartment doing ventriloquism.
Yeah, I don't have a puppet or anything. I'm just walking around.
I didn't think you did.
Yeah, just trying to talk without moving my lips. And then after I brush my teeth or whatever.
Oh my God, this sad 40-year-old man.
I was having a great time with it. There's nothing sad about it.
What were you saying?
Just like describing what I was doing. Like,
I'm just barely staving off suicide again.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'll have some soup for lunch. I guess I'll have some soup for lunch. For lunch. Part of it, I started making myself laugh because the ventriloquism trick is if anything's hard to say, you just replace it with a G. Yeah. So you end up saying a lot of funny, like, okay, Gutty. Like, you're always saying shit like that. I was just making myself laugh. Living alone stuff, you know?
Oh, man. Gary, when you were watching all those King of the Hills, what happens to your brain during the Bill Dauterive scenes?
I think Bill is too real.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah. I don't I get the joke. I'm not trying to know about you. This is bad improv and stuff.
Uh-huh.
This is me at my best.
This is me
pretty happy. Like it does not feel Bill Dauterive. That guy just sleeps all the time and like eats pot pies and sticks his head in ovens and shit.
You know what it actually is like 40-year-old Bobby Hill.
Yeah, exactly. And that I'm very comfortable with that. Very admirable character on that show.
Gary, thank you for the mental image of you wandering around your house.
Yeah. But the joke, and then in my head, I was just like, that's a funny podcast bit. Why isn't there a ventriloquism podcast?
Yeah.
And then that was it. So.
All right. And this has been your episode of Talking Guppy for the week.
If you want to, cause this will be fun. You can make fun of me for this. That bit was one that last week when I was really tired, I did not feel like I had the chops to do.
I did feel like that. You had mentioned that there was a bit.
Yep. That was the bit. I was like, I can't do this. I'm too tired. I got to have more energy for this gold.
I need to be at my best for this.
And I was. Good night.
Yay. Good night.
Yay. Good week.